People up and down the country are very worried about energy prices over the winter. So is industry, so is business. What is the government plan to deal with this?
That's right. I mean, the reason for this is that, as you say, everybody is dealing with these rising gas prices, rising energy bills. But for energy-intensive firms, so this is things like steel, cement, ceramics, chemicals, huge amounts of energy every day for their production costs, these rising energy bills have hit them incredibly hard. And they have been meeting with government over the last couple of weeks, calling for some kind of intervention. Now, the two main things that they're really calling for, one, some kind of subsidies temporarily to get them through this period of high gas prices, or some kind of energy price cap, a bit like we have with household consumers, meaning we can't sort of pay more than a certain amount for our energy bills. So those are the sort of two things that are being asked for. Now, today, the Business Secretary, Kwasi Kwarteng, didn't really say what, if anything, the government is going to do. He didn't really give any more detail on that, other than saying that he is in discussion with these industries to try and come up with some kind of solution.
And he also said he's in discussion with the Treasury about all of this, having talks with the Treasury. But the Treasury then, after that, said, well, actually, no, he isn't.
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth about this today. I mean, firstly, there were some newspaper reports earlier today saying or claiming that the Business Secretary had requested billions from the Treasury to try and help some of these firms. That's something which the Business Secretary denied. But he did say that he was working with the Chancellor to get through this situation. Now, soon after he said that, a Treasury source then told me that that wasn't the case, that he was mistaken and that the Chancellor hasn't been involved in any kind of talk. So I think what this kind of reveals is that the government itself doesn't yet have the answer for this. They don't yet have the pot of cash which these firms are calling for. And this is certainly something that's kind of going to be an ongoing talk of discussion, particularly with the government's own spending review coming up just later this month. But meanwhile, pressure really building on them, both from the firms, some of whom have already had to halt production in the last couple of weeks, but also from the opposition too. Labour today accusing these two departments responsible for the cost of living of spending the morning fighting over whether or not they're in talks, while the Prime Minister's on holiday in Marbella. They want some kind of action, and their Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves has also said if the Treasury isn't in talks with the Department for Business about this, then why aren't they?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Ione Wells there, our political correspondent with the latest.